Hello everyone again, and we are here for the 2020 Clash. Got an amazing field here. Do you guys expect to see anything different here than we did in the Open?
I don't think we'll expect anything other than just how aggressive these guys are going to be. Granted, yeah, everybody was racing to either win or get second, but tonight this clash, it's win or nothing. So like I said, they're not racing for points, they're not racing for money, they're not racing for anything. They're just racing for pride, and they got nothing to lose. So it will be very interesting to see how aggressive certain drivers will be and how early will these guys get aggressive.
All right. So here we're just waiting for this drivers meeting to get underway. Alright, and here's a quick look at the starting order for tonight. It is the 42 getting the pole, and if I'm not mistaken, this was on a random draw, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. Yep. Alright, so we got the 42 of Kyle starting on the pole, the 3 of Bradley starting second, the 88 of Clayton starting third, the 9 of Austin starting fourth, the 10 of Cameron starting fifth, so that's your top 5. Then we have the 14 of, I believe that is Brett, 19 of Gavin, 24 Joshua, and our last 2 winners, our winner of the Clash, GT Jones, and second place finisher of Michael. Alright, so here's the drivers meeting.
Alright, so just like the Clash Open, the light-out lap, hang on, first of all, before I start this, Smokey here? Yeah. Harris here? Alright. Kyle? Yep. Michael Finch, sorry.
There you go, Sal.
Yes, sir. And Tegan. Tegan here? Yeah, here. Okay. Nope. Robot back. Robot voice is here. That kills me every time. His voice just went in the garbage disposal will be fine, and then it's just Alright, real quick question. Who's doing the broadcast? It is Sal, Predator, KLW, and GC. Oh, okay. Holy shit. I'm going. I mean, you can ask them if they need help. Alright. I don't know what's going on with that. The Marrier, maybe pit road reporter. Alright, so just like the open race, the lag out lap's lap 5, pace speed 70. Everything else is pretty much the same. So there there is 2 stages in this race, so it's 75 laps in total. The first stage is going to be 25 laps, and the second stage is going to be 50 laps. Only green flag laps count. So if we have any yellows, those laps don't count. So basically, the initial end of stage 1 will be the end of 25, beginning of 26. If we have yellows, then obviously that number will be pushed back. Same thing for the end of the race. Let's see. So the pits will close with 2 laps to go in the first stage. So last year, I don't think there's anybody that has missed a mock race, except for sports. But other than that, I think everybody's been here. But last year we did have the rule where there was no yellows with 2 to go in the stage. We can now have yellows with 2 to go in the stage, but obviously it will end the stage. So just keep that in mind. Pits are closed with 2 to go, but we can still have yellows. Obviously, if we have a yellow and we restart the race with 3 laps to go, then that means there's no yellows in the stage, because we also don't have cautions the first 3 laps after any restart. As far as restarts are concerned, there's no changing lanes before the start-finish line, and whoever the second place driver is cannot beat the leader to the start-finish line. If either of those happen, you have to give your spot back, and if you don't, then it'll be a pass-through. Obviously, if somebody misses a shift, spins tires, wrecks, whatever, doesn't count. So just like I was saying for the open, when we're entering pit road under yellow, there is a commitment line, and I believe, I still forgot to look. I'll let you know what it is for sure, but I'm pretty sure there's a triangle that comes out from pit road. But leader does get lane choice. Going back to restarts, leader does get lane choice restarts in the initial restart, and they do control the restart within the restart box. And then if the leaders get to the end of the box before the leader starts the race, then the race is automatically restarted. Entering pit road under yellow, it is single file, so please keep it single file. If you pass somebody going into pit road, then you'll start at the back. Obviously, if they hit the brakes or hit somebody or something and you don't have a choice, then again, that's not a big deal. When we're exiting pit road under green, whenever you come out of pit road, if you're clear immediately, then you can go ahead and go up on the track. If you're not, then you'll just have to wait until everything's clear. Once everything's clear, then back on the track. Yellow flags. When yellow flags are called, we do race back to the line. So when you get back to the line, just let off here, because it's a really big track. So just let off and slowly get down to pace speed, which is again 70 miles an hour. And then we will call the rest from there. What, Harris? Hi. Oh, okay. Hi. Does anybody have any questions? Bradley, did I miss anything? I'm pretty sure you got everything. Yeah. New Year, so I can't remember. Does anybody have any questions? I've got a comment. Oh, God. I've got a spotter now, so. Okay. Who's your spotter? It's Ed. What the fuck, Ed? What? Fuck me, right? Okay. Whatever. Con.
It's okay, not like they really did you any good last year anyways. Oh. Okay, really dumb question. What's Predators' actual tag name? Like,
it's like 029 Predator 666 or some stupid shit like that.
okay.
We got Kevron here joining us. Right. Of course, anytime. Alright, we're getting invites here, and then after this we just wait for the green light to join. I'm really convinced that that one of Jones or that 21 can get it done. They showed some really good speed there. Obviously, this is a whole another race with a lot more experienced guys, so I'm kind of just a toss-up, but I wouldn't count that one out.
Or the Cup Series, they always find a way to stick together and get the job done. But let's not count out all the rookies that came into the the Open and got the job done. GT Jones locked himself in, getting the win, and then the 21 Frenzy getting himself in. So it'll be very interesting to see how they get into the clash, and if anybody can stop the HMS dominance when it comes to play tracks.
Well, I'd say that the HMS dominance on the play track is going to continue in the clash tonight, because I've got Austin Johnson, number 9, winning it tonight.
That is a big, bold statement. He hasn't won in 2 seasons, so it's going to be very interesting to see if he can pull off the victory and start the season off the way he wants it and get that first win out of the way, and hopefully he can get more later in the season.
One guy who I feel has been clicking off very well, and it started with that win over at Homestead, is Katie. I feel like he's really, that win just is all he needed to actually get out there and show some dominance here. Definitely don't count out the 14.
Absolutely. And how about the number 19 of Smoke Z-Mog, your 2019 Cup Series champion? Can he continue the dominance that he had last year, winning I believe it was 7 races, and continue with a new team, a more functional team? Because last year he was with Penske. We all know how that happened. That went down. It was a 3-car team. Then his teammates got kicked out. Whatever happened. And here he is by himself. Did it on his own. Wins the championship. And now he has a more functional team, a 4-car team. Everything's new. Everything's fresh. So it will be very interesting to see what will happen going into this season with Smoke Z-Mog, and maybe he could be 2020 champion and be the first ever 2-time champ.
I'm not gonna try to sugarcoat or anything with Smoke. I mean, if there's a race and he's gonna be there, he's always gonna be a factor, no matter what series.
Oh, absolutely. And a lot of people said he was the road course ringer as he went down and raced every single road course. And last year he won every single road course. But you take into consideration, as you just said, anytime he showed up, anytime he raced, he was going to be a huge factor, and he was in contention of winning. So it will be very interesting to see how Joe Gibbs Racing does with Smoke. Could they benefit from them, or are they not going to be able to benefit from them, and is the team not going to do as good as everybody thinks they were going to do?
Yeah. Alright, so now I believe they're just getting the final details in before we can join, getting the starting order, making sure they have that right. So It's almost time to kick off this season. The brightest stars of CFNL ready to duke it out. And the winner, no points or anything, just a fun exhibition race. But of course, these guys, all they want is that win.
Absolutely. And you know, it's like I said, it's very, very interesting to see what will happen. No points, no stats, nothing on the line, just pure fun. But you know, you have to take in consideration this win sets everything up, because tomorrow we got that Daytona 500 qualifying. Tuesday, Wednesday we got practice for the Daytona 500. Thursday's the duel, and then Friday, obviously, the Truck Series. Saturday, Xfinity, and then Sunday rounded it out with the Daytona 500. A win tonight, and then a long week of speed weeks. It's just getting started.
I have to say, you said that there's really nothing on the line tonight. I have to disagree, because you've got these guys that have not raced in the Cup Series before. They have a little bit of something on the line, and that's called reputation. You know, first impressions are everything to a lot of these guys that are coming up into the big leagues, and they want to show everybody that they're just not these little kids and little bitty Nationwide and Truck Series racers just coming up pretending to be some of the big dogs. They want to be the big dog. Just like Smoke and them, they want to win that championship this year and prove a point to everybody that they can dish it out to anybody that they can race with.
No, absolutely. I'm not taking anything away from these drivers. As I said, you know, and it's just stats, whatever. But I agree with you. Reputation, to get that momentum going, to say, hey, you know what? I won the Clash. What can you do to outrun me later this week and later this season? So it'll be very, very interesting. I'm excited. Racing the Daytona 500. Will be my second 500, so I can't wait for that. Seeing how these guys are going to be very aggressive, and hopefully we can get this started very quick. I'm running out of patience with this.
Yeah, I've been waiting for too long to get our season started up.
All right, we are good to go to join, guys. Before any of you guys join, can y'all make sure someone joins?
That was KLW.
All right.
I thought it was ready. Sorry about that. Unless something's wrong over here, I had the live stream up, but it's paused right now on checker flag. Okay.
Yeah, and it should be good on my end. Well, it's good on my end. I don't have anything pulled up.
Well, while we're getting the live broadcast pulled up to show these guys here, they're coming through turn 3 and 4 in their warm-up lap.
Alright.
Looks like
it's good on my screen. My stream. Everything's good.
Alright.
There you go.
Alright, so here we go, ladies and gentlemen. The long-awaited off-season is officially over. Coming out of turn 4, we're going to the tri-oval.
Here they go.
Green flag. And how about that 42? The 42 of Kyle Green starting first. And last time we were here at Daytona, he won it and locked himself in the playoffs. So hopefully he can start it off strong, as it looks like everybody's trying to get to the bottom lane as quickly as possible.
Alright, one thing to note, the three cars up there on the outside, Bradley, the 88, and the 9.
Oh,
and there was a lag there by the 88.
But as you were saying, yeah, I saw that all those used to be teammates at one point last year. So it looks like all the Chevys there, they're trying to work together. But like I said during the open clash, I'm so glad to see a lot more manufacturers of the Fords and the Toyotas besides just always seeing Chevys.
So it's definitely interesting to see all the Chevys in the back, and with only the 42 as the exception. Here losing a spot to the team car.
S'mores.
Yeah.
S'mores with Yeah, he has Smoke on the outside helping him, along with the 14 and KD, and then obviously the 9 of Austin, 24 of Harris, and so many other guys going to the outside lane, leaving that bottom lane only 4 cars. So it's going to be very interesting to see if people are going to try to go to the outside more.
And there goes the 9.
Absolutely, and you know, like I was trying to say, the open, we just saw bottom feeders. Not a lot of people will try to go to the top. We saw the 1, the 42, or the 48 working, but now we see a lot more drivers trying to make that outside lane work.
Every single car on the bottom line are Chevys, and the rest of the top are Ford and Toyotas.
I mean, if you gotta dethrone to be the best, you gotta beat the best. And like we've mentioned many times, HMS and those Chevys have been the best here at restrictor plates the last couple seasons. So no surprise, no one really wants to work with him.
I'm very surprised that one car who did fantastic during the open, making really dominant moves. He's all the way in the back, sitting in about 9th place right now.
The 88 and
the 14 making it 3 wide, put in a 19 in the wall. KD was getting very aggressive, made a move, made it 3 wide, put Smoke, the defending champion, into the wall.
Oh, Bradley gave the 21 a huge shove there.
Interesting to see that all of the cars are running the outside line for right now. Kind of the thing you used to see Dale Earnhardt Jr. do when he was up in the lead on restricted plate races.
Absolutely, my favorite driver. He made that outside lane work. He was a giant wall. So as we see Austin Johnston in the lead now, let's see if he can try to be a wall and try to block the inside lane if it ever gets going. But I don't see it getting going as of right now. Not a lot of people are committed to the bottom now.
Yeah, I think here in the beginning laps it was make the point, show you're going to be the powerhouse to beat right now. And now they're just kind of, they should just settle in. I mean, it's a long race. Why risk
laps?
Anything? Yeah.
Absolutely. Why wreck your car this early if you can try to keep it clean, commit to where you are? But S'more's trying to side draft the 41.
All right.
And it looks like the 21 going with them. A lot of Fords going to the bottom now, leaving
3
that
Ford
Chevys
versus
out.
those 2 Chevys.
As long as they have, if 2 cars can beat 1 car on the bottom if they're running the outside. So for every 2 cars on the bottom, they'll try to have 3 on the top. As long as they keep it up like that. But it looks like they're going to dive to the bottom and block some of the Fords that are coming in strong.
The 21, it looks like he was trying to commit with the 10, but now he's just stuck in line with the 24. And here comes the rest of that pack that we were talking about of GT Jones and Sports and Kyle as everybody else gets shuffled back.
And it was just a few laps ago we were talking about GT Jones and the 1 laying back there just buying his time, and all of a sudden now he's here in 4th, 5th place.
Absolutely. And like I said, was Austin going to be able to go to the top and bottom? And it looks like he's able to do that. But at the 21, who finished 2nd in the Clash Open, is going to try to take the lead. And right behind him, the guy who won the Clash Open, the GT Jones, the 1. But still no help. The 10 of S'mores and KD go back up front, or back to the top. Excuse me. Just not a lot of help on the bottom, but they are holding their own as here comes the 42 of Kyle and the 3 of Bradley. If I was Katie and S'mores, I would try to get in front of that 21, get down, have a lot more cars compared to the 9 and the 24. The 14 now just goes down to the bottom, but here comes the 9, but I don't think, the 24 barely squeezes in.
I think that's going to be the key plan right here later on in the race, is to separate the Hendrick Motorsports boys.
Oh, absolutely. We were talking about that during the Open. You know, HMS has always been dominant at the plate tracks, but when they get separated up, they start to panic, they start to flip. What are they going to do if that happens? Are they going to try to stay calm and not worry about my teammate is somewhere else? I got this in the bag.
We've got some pitters.
Yep.
The 9, the 24, the 3, the 88, all coming down.
And the 19.
And the 19, yes, sir. As everybody's coming out, the 9 has a big lead. As the 9 and the 3, then it's the 88, the 19 right behind him, 24. I believe he got a penalty, as he has now just left the pit lane. As still we have S'mores in the lead. This pack still has yet to come down pit road, as they are slowly catching everybody that just came out of pit road. And what would it be like to be able to lap those cars that just came out of pit road and then go down and get four fresh tires and fuel?
As long as you got 3 cars with you, that might be all right.
Absolutely. As like I said, those cars that just pitted, they were so separated out coming out, and it was like they didn't plan anything out after they pitted. They were just like, hey, this is the lap we're gonna pit on. You see my hand? Try not get a speeding penalty. But now they're all separated. Not much room between the lead pack and the cars that just came out. They already left the 19. The 19 is right behind the 21. And it looks like they're about to catch the 88 of Sports Kid.
Well, we've got a nice 6-car train. Looks like they're, I think, coming off of 2, getting ready to go down the backstretch. They are. And they're hooked up, and they're going to be able to run, what, 200 to 205 at least?
At least the top 3 cars should be around that area. As far as for the 21, the 19, the 42, they should be around that 200 mark, because they're not pushing as much. They're actually saving a lot more fuel, not trying to bump into car in front, because if that happens, it's going to be a chain reaction and everybody's going to get swirly. So but it's going to be very interesting if the 88's going to try to block and hold them up. We've seen HMS kind of try to be team players and help a teammate out, but let's see what happens. He goes to the bottom, not going to block.
Yep, they're going to gobble him right up.
Yep, absolutely. But I think that was the plan. He wasn't going to give them the bottom. He was going to give them the top, and he's going to slide right into 42.
And he blended right in.
Yep, but I think what happened was the 42 read that, and he's going to take advantage of that. Now they just need to catch the 3 and the 9. They already lapped the 88, they already lapped the 19, and the 24. All they got is the 3 and the 9 left, which is right there.
Well, they're within sight now.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think this is, if this stays green, I think this is going to prove how fast these 6 or 7 cars can go compared to just 2.
Absolutely. Like I said, we always talk about how dominant the HMS camp is at the plate tracks, and right now they were doing fantastic. But that pit road confusion on what was going to happen, as everybody was so split up and so far ahead of each other coming out of pit road, I really think that affected this whole layout and going into stage 1. Now the question is, when are these 6 or 7 cars going to pit, or are they going to try to catch the 9 and the 3? If they catch the 9 and 3, are the 3 and the 9 going to be able to block, or are they just going to let those cars go?
I'm hearing through some of the guys, they're working plans with each other on Discord. Some of them are trying to go as long as they can, and some others are probably going to surprise them by short pit. So it's interesting to see how this plays out here in the next few laps.
Oh, contact between the 9 and the 42, or the 19 and the 42, excuse me, as now we see the 3 and the 9 just about 10 car lengths in between the lead pack. But that is slowly getting eaten up. Question is, like I said, are they going to try to block this lead pack and try to stay on the lead lap?
I will say the smartest thing to do will be to let them go, tuck in behind them, because they have some lap down cars mixed up. Oh, we got some contact.
The 9 puts the 10 in the wall, trying to block, late block move.
And look at this, all spread out 3 wide, trying to get around this mayhem.
Absolutely. So they tried to block. They didn't want to go a lap down. And because of that, it caused this huge mess as the 21 puts the 9 in the wall.
How did they save that?
And we talked about how aggressive these guys are going to get. And I think that just proved how aggressive they are going to get. If it doesn't matter if it's 1 lap down, 2 laps down, they're going to try to block and try to stay on that lead lap. And but I think that hurt. Go ahead.
Yeah,
sorry.
Definitely. No, you're fine. That's what I was about to say too. It hurt the 9 and the guys that were tucked in with him, because except for the 3. I'm sorry, the 3's ahead of the 1 of GT Jones.
Absolutely. It looked like the 3 was going to just stay where he was, let the guys go, but the 9 just was being so aggressive and wanted to stay on the lead lap. He went and did a late block, put the 10 in the wall, and that bunched everything up.
And see, they were, what I want to say was, the smartest thing to do is to let the lead pack go by, tuck in behind them like the way the 88 and the 19 did, and save fuel. And not only will you be saving fuel, but when they go in the pit road, you'll be bunched up with the guys that you just caught up with, that got scrambled up in that pit segment earlier in the race. So that
absolutely.
You can unify them together, and they can work together to catch back up to those same guys, and we'll have a full race yet again. But here we are now, going for some green flag pit stops.
Yep, as some of the lead pack cars go down pit road, it's going to be the 14, the 21, and the 10.
Yeah, the 10 that had such bad, luck from that last incident back there.
Absolutely. Just trying to get around lap traffic, and, like I said, that 9 just made a late move.
He's lucky to have a couple guys right now, to be able to hopefully draft with when they get off of pit road here.
Absolutely. As the 2 cars that are in front of this lead pack, the 3 and the 88, they are on the same pitch strategy. The 1 and the 42, who are teammates, they have not pitted yet. They're going to try to run it out. They're going to try to save as much fuel, because right now they don't need to go all the way. They don't need to hold that throttle down to the floor. All they need to do is just let off a little bit, give each other some room, and get that draft. As the 88
wagon.
Oh.
88 having some issues.
Now we're going to have 3 Chevrolets hooked up here down the backstretch, and the 88's going to possibly lose their draft here.
Absolutely. As we see the 10 of the 14, they are locked up. The 21, I believe he might have had a speeding penalty because he is so far back. He entered first in the pit lane.
Oh, wow. 42 had to come by himself. Whoa. Oh, they just closed pits. I wonder if he's okay. Wow. Well, 42 is on pit road.
Yeah, it looks like one. If he has enough fuel, GT Jones might win this stage.
And there's less than 2 laps to go, I believe.
Yeah, they are about 2 laps coming to 1 lap to go. Yeah, GT Jones is the only car as of right now between these 6 cars that is on the lead lap. The 3 car trying to hold on. It looks like GT Jones.
Well, he thought about pitting here.
Yeah, I think he ran out. No, I don't think he ran out. No, I'm taking that
I think
back.
he was going to pit because he was on the 3's bumper, and then he fell back there.
Absolutely. And here comes the 88, going to pass him.
The pit road is closed. He cannot pit without a penalty.
The 1 jumps in front of the 9.
Oh,
the 19.
Boy, that was... Whew.
That was very close. That's not going to do a lot of kindly words between Austin and him.
No, he may be out now. I don't know. He looks like he's really slowing.
As GT Jones crosses the start-finish line, he will be your stage 1 winner. Only 2 stages tonight.
I think he's out of fuel.
And if that's the case,
he's out of fuel.
He can be helped. However, if he is helped and if he does go a lap down, he does not get his lap back.
Oh, well, teammate will pick him up, hopefully. But how hilarious is that if he just won stage 1 on an empty tank of fuel with the car not running?
Absolutely.
Wow, you talk about cutting it to the bone, down the line. Wow. Well, the 1 is definitely out of fuel. He's just coasting down the backstretch. He's waiting for a teammate. Hopefully those guys know and they don't run him over, and then we have us a heck of a mess. Well, that was a very eventful first stage. Had
Absolutely.
a little bit of bumping.
That was a very interesting stage 1. We talked about how aggressive these cars are going to get. We saw the 9 doesn't want to take to get a lap down. He pulled a block, late block, put the 10 in the wall, but you know it's game on right now. Stage 1 is done. There's no more stages. It's green flag until the end.
And I'm not for sure how many green flag laps these cars can run. 25 to 27 possibly, so we'll have at least one stop.
Absolutely. And another thing to take into consideration, if we have a caution at any time, those laps will not count. We have to run a full 75 laps under green.
That's a great point. I read that in the rules, and that's a great point. Because they may not be able to make it if we have a lot of caution flags and have to come in a second time.
Hey boys, I'm going to have to get off the broadcast here. My job just called me and needed me to come into work. So thank you all so much for inviting me into the broadcast booth. Y'all are doing an awesome job. I listen to you on YouTube on my way to work.
Awesome. I appreciate that. Have a safe drive. Thank you for joining. Hopefully we can see you later in any broadcast.
Yes, sir. You absolutely will, man. Y'all have a good night and enjoy the race.
Yes, sir. What do we have here? 8, 9 cars right here. 1, 2, 3. 9 cars. Tucked in. Okay.
We see the 42. He's going to be your leader. You elect the inside lane. Course of the 10 on the outside lane. We're going to go green. We got 50 green laps to go.
Yes, they're doubled up. I believe we're going to go right here in the restart zone. And we're green for the final 50 laps of the 2020 Checkered Flag NASCAR League Clash at Daytona. Boy, the 88 is beat up. Wow.
And it looks like everybody's going to try to stick to the bottom, get to the bottom, and try to just work around. And that's right. Everybody's just right to the bottom. No one's going to try to
there's the 9.
out.
They're trying to go to the front.
Yep, 9, 24, 19. All trying to get to the front here. But I don't think it's going to work.
Got the 19 back there in the back. All right. It looks like the 3 is getting ready to get freight trained, as they call it. Oh boy, it's getting good here. 4-3 wide, going into turn, was that 2? No, I'm sorry, 3.
Oh goodness, beating banging. The 9 gets into 1, the 1 gets into the 3 there. As the outside lane having some issues right now. 42, gonna try to stay to the bottom, but we have all those Fords, the 10, the 14, the 21, trying to make the outside lane work right behind them. The HMS car of 9, he goes down to the bottom to help the bow ties out.
Yep, they're lined up down there on the bottom, and here comes the 4th one. The Toyota down there is the only one. Okay, here we go. We got 2 distinctive lines. Let's see what happens here. Which one moves, the top or the bottom? Oh boy.
I don't know, man. It's even. Oh, the inside lane having issues here.
Yeah, we're 4 wide. We got.
There's gonna be. Oh goodness!
I don't know how.
Did they
I don't
save
know.
it?
I'm not for sure. Oh, they're saying a lag was happening, a bad lag. Might have been an issue with that. But they're pushing, they're drafting, and we still got, well, 47 laps to go. Oh, they're hooked. Oh, boy.
Oh, goodness. 4 wide.
Oh my.
And they still save it. Wow.
The 24 was as sideways as you want to be, and I don't know how he's still going forward. He's in 4th position.
What a race.
They're definitely not just riding. They're pushing and trying to get to the front and stay up there.
I bet the 42 is enjoying this as he's just watching this chaos go in his rearview mirror.
Well, he's got the tin of s'mores was tucked up behind him there.
If I was him, I would go to the top when that outside lane gets going. But it looks like
They're there,
nothing's
yeah.
going to happen. The one car is going to make it 3 wide. He's going to slide up right in front of 9.
Well, I guess that was a nice move if they stay with him.
Nope, they go to the back. They said, you know, we did not enjoy that. And the 9's getting very aggressive now. He's going to try to get underneath pretty much anybody and everybody. As the 42 is just going to stick to the bottom, let everything play out. When is the 3 and the 9 going to try to make the outside lane work? To the bottom he goes.
Well,
The 9.
19 was below the line there for a minute.
Question is, did he get shoved or not?
That was the word.
The 24 and the 10 make contact. I don't think the 24 was clear. Here comes the 3 and the 24. The 9 is going to go with. No, he's not going to go with.
Oh, he's... wow.
Trying to get that side draft.
I couldn't tell if he was trying to force a middle hole or, like you just said there, maybe he was getting that draft. A side draft. Boy, look at these guys. I mean, you could almost throw a blanket over them there in that corner. These top 7, I think it is, are just driving.
Man, these guys are all over the place.
It looks like it may be going to settle down here for a minute. And, well, as soon as you say that. Oh, S'mores is going to get freight trained.
He gets shuffled out. 42 and the 1 stick it together. But here comes the 21 and the 88 and everybody else. Who's going to stay to the bottom and help?
I think we have 4 Chevrolets down on the bottom lined up now. That might be a problem for everyone else.
But the question is the 42 and the 1 going to just stay bumper to bumper, or is that 1 going to try to make a move?
That's Ganassi Racing teammates there, so they're probably going to try to hang together and get the other Chevys to push.
But it's everybody versus Chip Ganassi right now. Is the outside lane 5v2 and the 21 and the 10 make contact. All over the back bumpers, the 1, and here comes those Hendrick Motorsports guys, the 9, the 88, and the 24, all trying to make something work. But anytime that they go to the outside, they don't have the run that they need. But here comes the 21. And here comes the 10, going to try to work with them. The 88 wasn't able to go. The 9 slips down right in front of the 88. I don't think it was clear.
Yeah, I'm listening to Discord, and they're trying to work together and put some magic here, get some magic going. These drivers are having a good time.
Harris and Finchy were on the outside lane. Everybody else is gonna stick to the bottom. But that 42 and the 1, they want to see everybody dancing around. Because anytime they start dancing around, they don't have a momentum as the 10 goes back down to the bottom. And the 21 looks like he's going to stick with his manufacturer teammate. It's going to be 4 against 3. And that's what these 4 cars need to do. If they want to beat HMS and they want to outrun HMS, they have to stick together. It looks like the 42 and the 1 are going to work together, but can that 10 and the 21, as they get shoved out, the 9 getting aggressive, moving those 2 cars out of the way. But the 9 trying to make a move, and nobody's going to go with them.
Are you guys know how many laps to go?
I do not know. I know stage 1 has been complete for quite some time now.
You know, they've run a good 12, 15 laps here, I'm going to guess.
You missed some great action, that's for sure.
Since the stage end.
These guys have been beating, banging each other all stage 2.
Looks fun. There goes the 88 to the outside, and it looks like they'll get the run here.
Oh, that outside lane might actually work this time.
Oh!
The question is, the 9, the 24, the 21.
And they saved it.
But the 88 finally gets to the lead.
Now the 21 was a pinball there for just a couple of seconds, and it wasn't good for him. He lost a ton of momentum.
That 21 is now, he's just so far back, doesn't even have the draft. He's in no man's land.
No, and that hurt him. You know, that eliminated one contender probably right there. As they're trying to go, trying to get 2 lanes going up here in the front, it looks like.
Here come those, sorry, here come those HMS guys. Wouldn't be surprised if they try to make the 10 get out of line here.
Absolutely, that 9 has been super aggressive. Anytime that bottom lane is open, he goes straight for it. Doesn't matter. He's going to move you out of the way. He wants that spot. He's going to take it.
The 9 looks like he clipped
And
the apron
there he
there,
goes.
and there he is.
He's gonna move the 10 out of the way. We've seen this all race with the 9.
I mean, we've talked about it there at the beginning of the broadcast. It's not a stat win, but you know that 9 is hungry for victory lane right now.
Absolutely. What the 10, the 42, and the 1 need to do, they need to get a run. They need to stick together. They need to outrun these 3 cars. Because these 3 cars, yes, they're teammates. Yes, they're going to try to all 3 win. And that's what's dangerous. They're going to be a huge wall. They need to pick the right time to make that outside lane work, or just pick them off one by one, as Austin has done and has shown. If you leave that bottom open, he's going to take it. But it looks like the 10 is just going to stick right behind the 24, and that's not good. As the 9, he's going to go.
He's going to go to the outside.
88, he's going to leave the 88 all by himself. So much for teamwork, right?
It doesn't look like they were able to get the run. It's not clear. He'll lead that lap. Still not clear. They're going to battle into turn 1.
Question is the 88 going to try to go up and catch the 9 and the 24 and get all synced back up?
I'm really impressed with the 10 of S'mores here.
Which is it was very interesting because the 9 tried to pass the 88, but the 88 went back and got his teammate. And now the 9 goes back down.
Now they just flop.
Yep, now they just flopped. Who's gonna...
the 42 gets into the 24.
I thought they were going to pull it off again. That's what I was going to say. I was just surprised how they could run 2 by 2 by 2 there through that corner so nicely. A lap ahead, and then they almost pulled it off there.
And now does this hurt the 24? I believe he's going to lose the draft here. The 88 clipped the apron.
Boy, if they keep mixing it up, he's going to have a chance to get up there, you know.
Absolutely. Now, again, if I was these three cars, if I was the 40, or, the 10, the 42, and the 1, try to figure something out to break these 88 and the 9 up.
Oh, yes, definitely. I totally agree with that.
And I
looks like
believe
they
they
just
did that.
Yeah.
Nope, the 88 goes back up to the top, gonna try to help the 9.
How about that 24 been able to catch up while these guys fight for it at the front?
Absolutely,
That's nice.
like he said, you know, if they were gonna continue fight, he was gonna get that draft again. The 9 to the lead, but the 42 gonna be able to get it.
Yep, the 24's down there with him right now, or he was.
He's gonna go 3 wide into turn 3.
Oh boy!
Oh, the 88 goes up.
Puts the 9 in the wall.
Oh,
I do not want to be there for the team dinner meeting.
oh boy, that is going to kill the momentum there for the 9.
I mean, I don't know. We saw the 24 fall this far behind, and he was able to catch up pretty fast. So
he's rolling. You're right. You know, he's going to reel him back in, I think.
How about that 42 though? From leading most of this stage to the back of the field to now back to the lead.
Well, the top 3 are right where they want to be, you know. The 10, he has to feel like the luckiest guy out there right now with no teammates, and he's able to hang on to these other 2 guys.
Absolutely. And he needs to stick with these guys if he wants to be in contention of winning, because as you've seen, Austin has been getting really aggressive even with his own teammates, and that has cost him. As you see, he was the leader, and now he's back in this pack of the lead cars, and he's fortunate enough to get that draft back.
I mean, we've said it. The main strategy was going to be for these top 3 to separate those HMS guys, but in a way, it looks like they kind of lit the fire, because now those 3 HMS guys are lined up 4th, 5th, and 6th, and we know they have the speed. So, gonna be interesting here in the closing laps.
The question is, how much fuel do they hold in these tanks, and if they're going to have to pit more than one time? We saw earlier in stage 1 a lot of confusion. The HMS guys split up. That cost the HMS the victory for stage 1.
Oh, what was that? I heard something.
Oh,
I
goodness.
thought there was a huge wreck.
Oh, the 9. He's gonna lose the draft. He's out. The 24. He's spinning.
Oh, okay. I heard it. I just didn't see it. Wow.
I believe they're saying caution.
Well,
I'm not sure. I don't think there is.
I believe that's a caution because one just jumped out of line, trying to pick up some more spots.
Yeah, they're slowing down here. Caution is out.
Caution is definitely out on the speedway. Well, we knew, you know, it might not last if they kept mixing it up like that. We're going to have some yellow flag pit stops, I would imagine, right here.
And this is going to be really interesting, because now the whole field is going to be bunched up back together.
True. You know, I wonder how many guys are a lap down, if any. This is a big track. Another thing, guys, another thing that I was noticing when I seen these 3, look at these 3 cars that are out front right now. Look at how clean they are. Not hardly any damage. Are you looking at the top 3? 1, 2, 3. And 4th, 5th, and 6th, they have a lot of damage. I'm wondering if that's going to be you know, will that play into their hands, having a cleaner car for aerodynamics in the final laps here.
Absolutely. I wonder how many laps are left. I wish there was a tracker to see how many laps we got left here. But it's going to be very interesting to see what's going to happen, who's going to take 2, who's going to take 4, who's going to take a splash, and go from there.
Alright, and we're going to go here with whoever has the first pit box. I believe it was the 42. Oh, wrecking pits.
The 9 car of Austin, who has the first pit stall. As the 42 is going to be out. 88, the 10, the 1, the 21, the 24, the 19, 24, or excuse me, 14, 9, 19, 3.
I believe they said 28 to go.
28 laps to go. And how about this? HMS has been split up once again, but as always, they find a way to get it done.
Yeah, they'll definitely be dialed in here for the end, no matter where they are.
All I know is I want some Buffalo Wild Wings right now. I believe they're gonna double up. They should be doubling up.
Yeah, there they go.
That was the word from the driver's booth, that they're going to double up.
42 elects the inside, which is very interesting. Because of that, you have the 88 of Sports, HMS, 1 of GT, who has been affiliated with HMS, the 24, who's also HMS, the 9, who's also HMS, and the 3, who's also
I'm wondering if they
affiliated
didn't
with
miss a
HMS.
huge opportunity right there, if we have a lot of time left. And they'll have enough time.
Absolutely. All right, this restart, watch the outside lane, because this is going to be a very interesting restart, and see if HMS can get the job done and outrun the outside lane.
I just really, I can't believe that the 41, or I'm sorry, the 42 and the 1 didn't communicate, and they're not hooked up right here. Maybe. I can't believe that they wouldn't rather be hooked up right now.
Oh. I think the 88 missed the shift. Yeah, I think 88 missed the shift. Because of that, that stacked up the outside lane. That outside lane didn't get going. This is what the inside lane wanted.
Wow, and now look where the 1 is. Maybe if he would have been behind his teammate, golly, you only have to
the
wonder.
10 goes to the outside, but here comes the 19 and the 3 going to help the 42. It's 10, 21, 14, all forwards against Chevy, 2 Chevys and a Toyota. And here comes HMS. .42 still in the lead, but how about Smoke? Your defending champion hasn't been all that great, sitting second right now, over the back bumper of the 42.
That caution really helped a lot of these guys who had lost that lead pack draft out, because now we're headed into about the last 25 laps. It's go time. If you have a plan, you hook up with, if you can, hook up with who you made plans with, and it's crunch time, time to get to the front.
The 19 jumps out of line to the outside lane. Question is he going to be able to pull it off? There's a lot more cars to the outside lane there than there is inside, but everybody's going back to the bottom.
You still have a decent field there on the top.
Absolutely. The 19, the 3, the 24, all these guys have been riding the outside lane, but still no help. Nobody wants to jump up.
They're a tight little pack, and I heard with the fresh tires, I heard numbers of running 207 and 211 miles an hour tucked in there.
The 9 jumps right in front of Smoke.
So these guys are flying here at Daytona this evening.
As soon as
the
Austin
one
went
car was down below the double line there for a second.
As soon as Austin went to the outside lane, everybody else went to the outside lane, leaving only 4 cars on the bottom. But because of that, the 4 cars are pulling away from the outside lane.
Oh, there goes the
Now
10. Had a
comes.
slingshot out. Left his teammate there in the 14.
Well, it seems it doesn't matter who's behind the 42. Look at this guy. He's just the Pied Piper today.
Absolutely. He won here at the Coke Zero Sugar 400 earlier, or midway through 2019, and here he is leading most of Stage 2. So going into the 500, as me as a driver who's going to be at the 500, I have to keep an eye on the 42 because he has proved a lot getting through the pack. We saw he was in the lead most of this stage, got shuffled back in the pack, and now he's back up to the front again.
His teammate has fought back up to third, and I think he just got shuffled out
Just
by
got
the 9,
shuffled out,
actually.
yeah.
Oh,
That 9 is getting really aggressive again, moving people out of the way. Like I said, you leave that bottom just like how the 14 just did. He's going to move you out of the way. He does not care. He wants to lead, and he does not care who it is, rather than the teammate or not.
Man, listening
these
to the
guys. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're about to touch on the same thing. Listening to these guys, they can't believe the speeds they're going at with these runs that they're getting.
9 jumps out, nice slingshot.
I was about to say they might want to kind of think about how many laps are left and just, reel it in just a little bit. I mean, and not crash. No one wants to crash with just 15 laps to go or 25 laps to go.
They're all trying to think bigger picture and position themselves to be in that spot. The problem is everyone wants to be in the same spot at the same time.
Man, if I was one of these guys that wasn't HMS, I would be committed to be the opposite of where they are, because the only way you're going to be HMS, the 9, the 24, and the 88, is if you stick with another car and don't get out of line. When we see the 10, he try to go out of line, nobody's going to go with him. The 3 also gets shoved out of line. Going to pick up the 10, but they're going to go back to the field unless something happens here.
Looks like the 3 felt he had a run he couldn't pass up on, but that's the risks you got to take, especially with how much restrictor plate racing has changed.
The 9 and the 88 go. The 19 and the 3 also go to the outside lane. It looks like they're going to slide right back down to the inside lane.
24 seems to have gotten shuffled out. Oh, here goes the 21. I thought he had a nose under the 42 there.
How about that 21 in the 1 car? Winning and getting second in the open. Sitting second and third right now. 2 rookies wanting to prove to themselves. And, oh, the 88 shoved the 10 down on the apron there.
That one in 42, that one in 21, sorry, really showing that they belong here, showing that maybe come next season they won't have to race their way in, they'll be locked into this.
Absolutely, but how about that 42? Been strong all night. Not a lot of people have been able to pass him. Kept the car clean. I don't see even a scratch on his car.
The 9 and the 3 had contact there. 3 got into the wall, and that could cost the 3 a chance at this race.
Like I said, that 9 car getting really aggressive. Doesn't matter who is behind the wheel. He will move you out of the way.
Well, I don't know, that 3's falling back. I thought he might still be able to get in there and draft back up. It looks like he is. He's going to be able to draft back up. Or no, that's the 19.
Yeah, that's the 19. It depends how much damage that 3 has. I feel like he could have smacked the wall a good amount to that be costing him this time.
He's back there quite a ways right now.
Absolutely. And going back to the 9, you have to figure, being this aggressive and getting underneath people, is that going to affect him as much as just staying behind and trying to make a move and not actually get underneath and move them out of the way? Is that going to affect him as much going into the 500 and into the duels? Because seeing this going into the 500, you definitely understand where his mindset is. He will move anybody out of the way.
Right now, I feel like it's understandable. It's crunch time, but I mean, he's been aggressive all race. Again, I don't think it'd be the same with the 500. Obviously, this is just an exhibition, just for fun. Obviously, you want that win. I feel like he'd probably race a little bit smarter there in the 500 next weekend.
Yeah, this is just for, if you win this, you get to, race it forever or whatever, right?
I'm not quite sure if how that works.
If you win the Clash and you competed the full year before, I believe you're automatically in the next season. When I looked at the rules. How many laps were you saying there was when we went back green?
There was 28.
28 to go. Now, Can these Cup cars go 28 laps on fuel?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
I think we need one more stop.
Right. I was thinking maybe 25. And so how is the 42 on fuel? Is he going to have to stay on pit road a little longer because he's been dragging these guys around to get more fuel? Is he burning more fuel up front, the 42?
I would think so, but I think everybody's going to pit whenever the 42 pits. At least some guys are going to try to pit with the 42. I definitely would, just because how strong he's been all race.
So splash and go. What if he needs more than just a splash and he loses 3 or 4 positions,
Absolutely. I mean, we saw in the open, splash and go didn't really work out for some drivers. But then again, the one did a splash and go and he ran out coming to the line.
Well, about the time I was saying we're single filed here for a lap or two, then we got the 9 back again up front trying to do something. Back again on the top. Oh,
here we come.
We got some pitters. Yes, sir.
We got some pitties. We got some pitters, not pitties.
Let's see who's sped here.
Of course, it's the 9, the 88, the 24.
HMS,
who came in
basically.
With them? And the 19 from Joe Gibbs Racing.
And the 3 in the very back. I'm going to need a caution in order to get back into this.
So that's 4 cars. They'll have a decent draft speed.
Absolutely. But as we saw in stage 1, green flag pit stops, they all separated out. Are they going to try to do it this time and try to get linked up?
HMS looks like they got out okay. They got out decent. Lined up there with smoke as well included.
Yeah, but the 88, he's too far ahead. But at least the 9 and the 19 have a decent gap in between them. They're going to get locked up and hopefully get the 88 involved. But that 24, I think, again got a speeding penalty because he just got lapped coming out of pit road.
Yes, they did. The 24, the 19, or the 3 for sure, and the 24. And who else was it that was getting lapped there? Did they all get lapped?
No, I believe just the 24.
24 and the 19.
Okay.
Yeah, the 24 and the 3, excuse me.
Yeah, 24 and 3.
But up ahead, looking at the 42,
still up front.
He's still up front, but right in front of him is that 9 and the 19 and the 88 who just pitted. Now, in stage 1, remember, the 10 was the leader, and the 9 made a late block move and put the 10 in the wall, and it messed everything up. Will we see that again? I believe so. Hopefully it's a lot cleaner this time.
Yeah, I don't believe there's
All right,
any
we're
way
coming up
they'll,
on 12 to
they'll
go.
let them by quickly. You said 12?
Yes, sir.
12 to go.
These guys are going to have to pit one more time.
I know. I'm thinking in my mind, you know, the 4 cars that just basically pitted early or short pitted or whatever you want to call it, are they going to have an advantage when they get spooled up here and then run wide open, and then these guys still got to stop and get going again?
I don't know. I mean, they, like I said, it's as of right now, it's basically 3 cars against 5.
Yep.
And they just picked up the 88, who,
And they're on the lead lap still, so
yeah, they're on the lead lap. But if they're going to continue to be out and not pit, at least they're going to try to lap the 9, the 19, and the 88. Because if they do
yeah.
that, it's game over for the 9, 88, and 19.
So is this the end of stage 2? Is there 2? Is it a 3-stage
There's
race?
only 2 stages.
All right. So this is, I believe I heard they are 6 laps short. So these leaders should be coming in shortly.
okay. You know, that's gonna. I think these three cars here are gonna be in the lead when this all shakes out. I think the 9 and the 19 and the 88 are gonna be leading this race because they're ahead of them right now. I mean, they're not ahead of them, but you understand what I'm saying. Once everything cycles,
Track position wise, they're ahead.
once it cycles through, I believe these guys are gonna have the lead. We'll see. It's gonna be interesting. It's a good race.
It will be interesting, but like I said, this pack right here, they're catching them pretty damn quickly, or darn quickly, excuse me.
They're gonna have to
Yeah,
pit.
they are getting
I don't
caught
think
up.
they're gonna get them, you know, and not enough to make a difference. But yeah, this is interesting.
Honestly feel if nothing strange happens here and this lead pack of the 42 does end up cycling out to the lead and keeping it, I don't think anyone has anything for that 42. He's been able to block and keep the lead throughout this entire stage.
Well, that's the thing. He has blocked. As we see, the 19, the 88 up front, they're all bunched out now.
There was a huge lag or a brake check or something happened. Yeah.
Something happened where the 9 and the 19 got split up. They have a pretty decent gap. The 88, too far back. This is gonna really put a stamp into the deal or the seal with these 3 cars.
I think they
with the
definitely
88.
have a chance of catching them now. That other group.
Because now it's basically 6 against 2 now.
Yeah, you got 2 cars pushing here. Wow.
I expect to see this lead pack pitting this time, guys. So maybe they'll get to the 88. They'll 9 and 19 have to hope that someone has trouble on pit road here if they want any real chance at getting to this lead pack again.
Absolutely. The 88, he's got to stay to the inside. Once again, try to hold everybody up.
Oh, is this going to cause problems for these guys coming into pit road?
But they don't need him to slow their momentum.
As here comes
They're
some
up to
guys.
the top.
The 21 and the 10 and the 14, they all go, but the 42 and the 1, they stay out.
The Fords came in.
I am very surprised to see them split up like this.
Absolutely. The 42 and the 1 is staying out. The 1, I believe he actually, didn't he win stage 1?
Yes, I believe he did.
I believe he won stage 1 and he ran out of fuel.
That's correct.
Yeah. So these 2 guys out front, it's going to be very interesting as they're catching the 9 and the 19 right now.
I'm glad you remembered
All
that.
right, here
I
they
forgot
come.
that, but the 1 car,
and the 1, here they come.
he crossed the finish line and he
All
was
right.
empty. to win the
21,
first stage.
14, and the 10 are in turns 1 and 2, I believe. They're on the backstretch now.
As of right now, if everything gets cycled out and the 21 passes the 42 and the 1, it should be the 42, or it should be the 21, 14, and the 10. 1, 2, 3.
All right, I'm keeping an eye here on the 42. 42 is coming out.
On the 21. So it looks like the 42 is going to keep the lead, but the problem is, look how far away the 1 is. The 42, he's going to be a sitting duck.
And they were tight right on each other as they were rolling down pit road too.
Yeah, so something miscommunicated. The 42 took something else between or besides the 1. So like I said, he's a sitting duck now. Here comes the 21, the 10, and the 14. Question is the 42 going to try to block? He's not going to block. Here comes the 21, the 14, and the 10.
We're coming to 5 to go. The 42 did what he could there.
5 to go. 21 in the lead. That's Finchy Fanatic. Runner up in the open. Now the lead. How about that, boys?
I wouldn't count this 42 out, though. I believe he's still in a good space to get a huge run if he can stay in this draft.
Oh, absolutely. I didn't notice how quickly he got back up to the draft. Now we know HMS, they're out of it. The quick pitting did not work. The pit strategy did not work. So here we are coming to, I believe, what, 4 to go?
Does anyone go with that bow tie? These are all Fords. Does anyone go with the 42 if he tries to make a move? 4 to go.
Unless the 10 car could better his position than what he is right now, I don't think he does.
What a statement.
And he's in 3rd.
Yeah, what a statement. That 21 is affiliated with Stuart Haas Racing. So this could be potentially a 1, 2, 3.
This could be the finish right here, what we're seeing. But what a story, the 21 coming from the open to get into this race and starting in the back. And he's leading it. He's in the catbird seat, so to say, in the last handful of laps here.
We'll go 3 to go. Now, obviously, this is a question always asked, but it's always fun to hear the answers. Where do you want to be here in these last closing laps?
That's a really good question. It's a prestigious race, so you don't just want to push the 21 to the win. You want to jump out, and see if your teammate, the 14, will stay with you. Well, what do you do here?
Here we go, 2 to go.
2 to go, coming out of 4, across the start-finish line.
If you're the 14, what's going through your mind? If you're the 10, what's going through your mind? These 4 cars all have an equal chance. Even though they aren't leading, it's just a matter of timing your move and when do you make it.
I believe it's going to be between the 21, the 14, or the 10. The 10 goes with the 42. It may be close. But the 14 and the 10 work together and get around this 21. It could be the 14. But as of right now, nobody's making a move. I think this 21 has it. They can't get a run. He's too close ahead of the 14.
Oh, they're wiggling.
Oh, the 41. He's going to be able to get it. He wins it.
White flag. This is the white flag.
That was white, right. We got one more lap to go. White flag's out.
Apologies. My apologies.
All right. I believe if you don't make the move here on the backstretch, I don't think you get another chance.
No, absolutely. The 14 gets shoved out.
14's looking for something.
Oh, boy. That's going to hurt him.
That
14's out of it now.
I thought the 10 was going to go with him.
He may have not known he was going to pull out. I don't know.
That looked like a mistake by the 14 there. And
I don't think the 10 has it. I believe 21 got it.
Well, here we go.
Here comes the
Coming
10.
to
The 21
got
gets
it.
it. The 42 finishes second.
from the Clash Open to win the Clash, the number 21, Michael Finch.
Fanatic. Wow.
What a statement
race.
by this
Man,
rookie.
That's what I was going to say. He's a rookie. He is going to be so pumped. I'm sorry I cut in on you there. Wow.
What about how we were talking about HMS going to be dominating and whatnot, and here they are. They didn't even finish at the top 5.
That's true.
Man, definitely. This is shocking.
They got separated.
Yeah.
You know, they had that little issue and they yo-yoed out. They had 3 cars lined up there and they got separated. I thought they were going to be leading it after cycled out the pits.
All right, here we are. Let's see if this 21 celebrates. There, the 24 gives the 21 a little bump.
Gives him a little congratulatory nudge there. All right, he's going to do the inverted lap.
Yeah, Polish victory lap.
Alan Kawicki style. There we go.
There it is.
Awesome.
Let's try to get the winner here.
Yes, I bet he's going to be pumped.
What was his user? All right, here we go. Let's see if we can get the winner here. Man, what a race. If the 500 is gonna be anything like that, we're in for a real treat.
Wow, you know, it was. I mean, they weren't just riding around. I have to think they might be being a little more cautious in the Daytona 500 as opposed to just the this Clash, which is just for the fans basically and prestige. But I don't know. Have to tune in. And
Like we said, though. In his shoes to just be able to come in, get second in the Clash Open, and then win the win the Clash.
And it's definitely got to be some sort of momentum booster. I mean, I'd be pumped.
oh yes. Well, I am myself. I'm a national driver rookie this year, and I'm racing in the Daytona 500. And to see him come in here from the Open, like we're saying, I mean, he finished second. You said in the Open, runner-up. So he started tailback dead last, unless someone was late or something. And I don't think that was the fact. And he come in.
All right. There he is, the winner.
Did we get Michael joined in here
Yes.
in the chat? The winner of our race?
Absolutely, and I have to congratulate you first, man. That was awesome seeing you in the Clash Open and do what you did. You almost came and won that. How ecstatic would you have been if you won and then ended up winning? But this is a big moment for you because as everybody knows, HMS has always been so dominant. So going into this race, what was your mindset knowing that Austin and Bradley and Sports and all these Hendrick guys and Chevy guys were going to try to work together? What was your mindset going into this race? Absolutely. So, with my final question, with this win, you're going in. You got tomorrow. It's the Daytona 500 qualifying. Then you got Tuesday and Wednesday of practicing. Thursday's the duels, and then you got the 500. Going in, knowing that hey, I got win number one. Could we see possibly win number two?
Very aggressive driving tonight. Yes, you're like you said, very competitive out there. Now, have you thought about this? With the win in the Clash here, I'm just so amazed. You finished second in the Open, correct? In the okay, okay, and so you started tailback, and here we are talking to you right now, and so. And here's what I'm getting. My point I'm getting to. As long as you race the full season next year, guess what? You're invited back next year to race this same race with these guys again. Did you realize that? Right. Nice.
So now, obviously, coming into speed weeks, everyone was watching out for those HMS guys. The way the cards played out today, those Stewart-Haas guys were there when it counted. Do you think that this is a sign of what can happen at the tomorrow during qualifying or during the duels and maybe even the Daytona 500? Yeah. Yeah. All right. You guys have any more questions for the winner?
Well, I just wanted to say just one thing. Mike had helped me last Friday. This is KLW 32, Mike here. He had helped me do a live broadcast on the truck race at the Talladega, or no, maybe it was the Atlanta race. I'm not for sure. I think it was the Atlanta race. And it's just, amazing to be here talking to him in the winner's circle. And it's, as a rookie myself, it's just, it's... I can't think of the word, but it's just motivated me and got me ready to race, and maybe I can win,
Oh, for sure. Well, congrats, Finchi, on the big win. And hope it's not the last one we see you get this season. Alright, well...
How about there? Kept the car clean and got back to the front.
Alright, well, I believe that's it for today after an exciting clash. Time to wrap them all up and get them ready for qualifying tomorrow. Line them up again. Thank you guys for helping out tonight on the broadcast booth.
Oh, thank you. Thanks for having me in here. Great job, Sal.
All right.
Learned a little bit from you this evening, and hope we get to do it again.
Yeah, for sure. This is the start of a amazing season, as we could tell by the racing. I mean, going to be interesting to see how the rest of this season unfolds. So, we hope you guys keep tuning in. Thank you guys for joining us, and we'll see you. I'm not sure if qualifying is being broadcasted tomorrow, but if it is, we'll see you tomorrow night. If not, for sure Thursday night.
That's true.
All right.